Alright, we're getting right to it. We're not wasting any time. The Jacksonville Jaguars. With all these picks, they better be a playoff team within the next 2 years. With all these picks and Trevor Lawrence and your already young running back / wide receiver team, you better do something. We got the hiccups. We got the QB. We got the safety. I think now is where you bolster up that offensive line to ensure that Trevor Lawrence doesn't get Joe Burrowed immediately. But the question is, whom? Whom do you pick? Seen a lot. It seems it's almost like a coin flip for who picks what tackle. I've seen Dylan Radins. All of a sudden, he's getting a lot of buzz. I like Sam Cosmi. I don't like Alex Leatherwood that much, but he did play for Alabama, so he'll probably get taken pretty early in the second. Carmen Jackson's alright. Liam Eichenberg's pretty good. Brady Christensen. I don't think Brady Christensen gets as much credit as he deserves. Zach Wilson made him look pretty bad a lot of the time, because most of the time Zach Wilson was just scrambling for his life and just making stuff up as he went along. But, I mean, he tended to scramble for his life when there was no pressure there. He's just scrambling for no reason. And the Jets need to definitely do something about that. Jalen Mayfield's been getting a lot more buzz lately. So, it's a toughie. It is a toughie. I'm going to make him go Jalen Mayfield at 33. I think he gets your tackle there. They got another pick coming up at 45. Let's see. Let's see what the Jets do. Jets need a good amount. Jets do need a good amount. They got Kwity Paye. They obviously got their quarterback. What kind of corners are we left with? I mean, you got a couple solid corners. They're all going to be gone by the second round, probably. There's not going to be too many of them left. Do you go guard here if you're the Jets? Do you take the shot on Wyatt Davis this early in the second round, though? I'm probably a maniac. I'll stop. You got a couple good wide receivers now. By no means do you have all the wide receivers that you need on your team, especially if you want to give your brand new quarterback some weapons. You got Corey Davis. Could this be where Elijah Moore goes? I could see them taking Elijah Moore at 34. He's not going to last too long. I'm going to have him go corner. They could potentially go tackle as well. All they really have on their line is one tackle. Yeah, I'm going to have him go tackle as well. And I'm going to have him go Sam Cosmi at 34. For the Falcons, I think this is a no-brainer. I think you have to go edge here. And I'm going to say Jalen Phillips still stays on the board, and they take Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia. He's a Georgia boy, gets to stay at home. Perfect pick for them. The Dolphins. The Dolphins. Making sure I didn't take an edge rusher like a dummy in the first. I think you could see back-to-back edge here. I think you might see back-to-back edge right here. And the reason why you see back-to-back edge is because the Dolphins take the stab at Jalen Phillips at 36. You can't let a man that talented slide any longer. The Buccaneers, if I were them, I'd trade out of this pick as well, but I think this is finally where they go ahead and pick somebody. And even though JPP is getting old, I don't see 3 edge picks in a row, and I'm going to have them go defensive interior and pick Levi out of Washington. Makes perfect sense to me. Don't at me, bro. Bengals, think this is a no-brainer. It's just a matter of who you like more. Do you go Dillon? Do you go Alex Leatherwood? Do you go Brady Christensen? Do you go Liam? You don't go Walker Little, in my humble opinion. Too little of a sample size. See what I did there? Too little of a sample size. Oh, man, this is what they come to see. This is the content they stay for, you know what I'm saying? Dylan's getting some buzz. Not gonna frown about it. It's a little too early for me. Oh, man. I'm gonna go Liam here. Liam Eichenberg at 38 to the Bengals. I think if you're Carolina, a lot of people, including myself, would probably go corner here. But we're not that desperate at corner right now. We really aren't. We got A.J. Bouier. He's not the A.J. Bouier that got the contract for the Jags, but he is still A.J. Bouier. We have Dante. We still have Dante Jackson. And we have 2 very young corners that have yet to really see much playing time. We have Stanley Oliver, and we have Troy Pride. And I think Troy Pride could actually be someone pretty decent. So, I know we lost Curtis Samuel, but I don't think that entails a wide receiver pick right now. I would love to see us pick Javonte Williams here to take some of the bulk of the workload off of Christian McCaffrey. My goodness gracious. How many times can we give him the ball 40 times a game and then he gets injured and then we look around like, huh? What happened? What happened? Why did he get injured? I wonder, bud. I really wonder. It'd be super sick if we went Rondale Moore here. I love Rondale Moore. But I don't think we do. I'm not going to manifest it. I'm not going to play favorites, even though I'm clearly playing favorites. I think this is a little too early for these wide receivers. I mean, I said wide receivers. Elijah Molden is a corner. What are they doing? I think, now that I'm looking at it, I say we go Elijah Molden. I would go Elijah Molden there. The Broncos, I think this could also be a potential landing spot for someone like Michael Carter. They lost Phillip Lindsay. It's too early for Kenneth Gainwell, even though he's the best pass-catching back in the draft. But in my opinion, it's too early. It's too early for quarterback. I'm going to say might have to go back-to-back corners, even though I technically just picked a safety. But Elijah Molden is a corner. We got Michael Parsons in the first, so I was making sure. potentially someone like Kelvin Joseph. Ifiatu is a very big corner. Big physical corner. You could go Ifiatu right here. You could go Kelvin Joseph. I don't see them going Javon Holland or Aaron Robinson right here. Definitely not Tay Gowan. Well, gosh darn it there, Buckaroo. You could also go tackle right here. I'm going to go Dylan. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm going to go Dylan right there at 40. And here we are with the Lions once again. You have your big jump ball wide receiver that doesn't get any separation, and Tyrell Williams. I think this is where you got to get either a slot wide receiver. Yeah, I can see the Lions going Elijah Moore right here at 41. Perfection, absolute perfection. What have the Giants doing? Did I do Jalen Waddle? See, I just make this up as I go along, really. Yeah, I did Jalen Waddle. They could easily go edge. Their tackles aren't as bad as people are saying they are. Oh yeah, this is Joe Tryon, 100%. This is a Joe Tryon pick right there. 49ers, you got your QB. I think this is probably where you go corner. You do need that number one, that 100% number one wide receiver. I really like Brandon Ayuk, but he's not a number one wide receiver. I think someone like Tyson Campbell fits the 49ers very well. Tyson Campbell, maybe Aaron Robinson. I'm going to have them go Tyson Campbell at 43. The Cowboys, you got your corner. You do need linebacker now. Sean Lee just retired. You do need edge. But I say this might be where Jamin Davis goes. You could go Boogie Basham here. Wouldn't be mad at it. That's a quality pick to go Boogie Basham here. But I'm going to say you replace Sean Lee. You put Jamin Davis right in there. And once again, bolstering up that defense for the Cowboys fans. Can I get a woot, woot? And this is where they go pat at 45. The Jaguars are having a fantastic draft, if I do say so myself. Don't mean to pat myself on the back or nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you're the Patriots, Julian Edelman just retired. You need that slot wide receiver. Although I could see them stealing somebody like Cade Johnson very, very, very late. Maybe even the 5th round, 4th round, something like that. I do think that it's too tempting to not get a quality slot wide receiver like Kadarius Toney in the 2nd. You don't need offensive line. You don't need linebacker. You do need safety a little bit. Pat Chung is gone. Maybe if they're super high on someone like a Darius Washington or Richie Grant. I don't see them going corner here. Corner's getting super, super scarce. Man. You hate to see that, don't you? I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick Kadarius Toney for him at 46. There's your quarterback. There's your wide receiver. Heard it straight from the source. The Chargers. Didn't I pick Christian Darrisaw? Rashawn Slater, even better. Fantastic. You do need another wide receiver. You obviously have your slot wide receiver already set in stone. But you do need another wide receiver. You could use a corner, but they're super scarce right now. You got your tackle. You could technically go Wyatt Davis if you're a real maniac right here. But I say it's back-to-back wide receiver picks. And you get that full number one outside wide receiver in Terrace Marshall Jr. Quality pickup for the Chargers, if I do say so myself. Now the Raiders. Raiders, we got Christian Barmore. They desperately need offensive line. They also need linebacker. They need corner. They always need corner, though. I say this is where you get a tackle. And I'm honestly tempted to pick Alex Leatherwood, another Alabama boy from Mike Mayock. Just licking his lips looking at him. You could go Wyatt Davis. Ohio State, it's another big school. Another big school boy. They didn't have another pick, did they? No. See, I don't really know what's going on ever. I'm going to pick Alex Leatherwood here. The Cardinals, you got your corner. You do need tight end pretty badly. You got rid of Dan Arnold, and he never really even did that much on the team in the first place, so you literally got rid of your only tight end, period, on the entire team. This could be potentially a wide receiver pick. Once again, it's not really something that I see as something crazy in need for them, but if they really just want to just bolster up that wide receiver team, I guess you could go wide receiver here. I could see them getting Davion Nixon right here. It's a little too early for Alan McNeil. You don't go tight end, I wouldn't think. You see the wide receiver product. Rondale Moore would be a little ridiculous. That's overkill. You got D-Hop, you got Christian Kirk, you got A.J. Green now, even though A.J. Green isn't really, the same A.J. Green. I believe they probably are going to lose Fitzy if that's not settled right now. As of right now, he's gone. So if they lose Fitzy, that's pretty depressing. Fitzy is the cornerstone of that team. They could go Amon-Ra St. Brown right here. Josh Palmer. Why do they have Josh Palmer at 71 over Tylan Wallace? Me gusta. Amari Rodgers should be way higher. Dwayne Eskridge should be way higher. Dwayne Eskridge is super quality, honestly. Anthony Schwartz. He's somebody that could sneak up on you. Fastest man in the business. What do the Cardinals do here? Somebody just tell me. I'm tired of thinking. Just grow up and tell me. I'm going to go defensive interior here. Actually, you could go linebacker and give Isaiah Simmons some help. Baron Browning, Nick Bolton. I have a sneeze, sorry about that. What do you do here? Try not to spend that much time in the second round, but here we are. I'm going to go Nick Bolton here at 49 to the Cardinals. They do need linebacker help. Alright, the Dolphins have essentially gotten everything already. I need to scroll back up to remind myself what I picked. Okay, they got their edge. They got their tackle. They obviously got their wide receiver, which isn't even one of their needs on the thing. Alright, well, just to add insult to injury and get even more picks, Wyatt Davis, guard from Ohio State. Washington, I think this might be where Washington takes a QB. I think if you're Washington, you either go in the second or the third. If you have your guy, like if your guy's specifically Kyle Trask, which is probably who I'm going to pick, then you go Kyle Trask probably in the second before someone like the Steelers can potentially steal him. I'm going to go Kyle Trask in the second to Washington. I don't think they're set on Ryan Fitzpatrick. We all know what's going to happen to Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to have the Fitz magic to either start the season for 4 weeks or just in a random 4-week stint throughout the season, and then he's going to be the worst quarterback in the league. And then they're going to play the old 3rd/4th string QB for the Carolina Panthers, Taylor Heineke. He did play well in that playoff game versus Tampa Bay. He played better than Patrick Mahomes did. So I understand why they gave him a contract and let him stay on the team, but I think that's too small of a sample size to be like, hey, you trying to run this thing? You trying to be the franchise quarterback after 1 game? But who knows? What do I know? I don't know nothing. I traded up with the Bears, right? I did that and that wasn't a dream. I did. Justin Fields. I'm a maniac. There's really something wrong with me. Alright, I think if you're the Bears, you either have given up on Anthony Miller not being your slot guy, which is perfectly understandable. I don't think he's your slot guy either. Or you do your best to replace Allen Robinson in the future because he is going to be gone after this season. And if you do that, then you pick Tylan Wallace in my humble opinion. But if you think that for some reason Allen might stay because you got Justin Fields and he's like, hey, a quarterback, he could throw me the ball. If you think he might stay, then you replace Anthony Miller. And if you replace Anthony Miller, then you got to do it with none other than Rondale Moore. I love Rondale Moore. Super jealous that the Bears just got him at 52. What did I do for the Titans? Didn't I pick Greg Newsome? Nope, Jason Oweh. I am a crazy, crazy man. Jason Oweh, huh? Titans also need another wide receiver, but I think it's too early for Diami Brown. You could go Amon-Ra St. Brown. I guess you could technically go Tylan Wallace. I do not like Nico Collins. I really don't. He's just Devin Funchess. I'm having Devin Funchess flashbacks just looking at him. I don't want to see his face anymore. I think if you're the Titans, you got to do something at corner. You lost Adoree Jackson. You lost Malcolm Butler. You have pretty much absolutely nothing left on corner. I'm going to go Aaron Robinson here to the Titans at 53. And the Colts should go Boogie Basham here. I could see them going Joseph Asai. It's a little too early for Quincy. Way too early for Jordan Smith. I'm going to say they go Boogie Basham here at 54. The Steelers got a running back in the first round. Now it is time for some sort of offensive lineman. Landon Dickerson is still here. Huh. That's pretty crazy. It's right at his ADP, too. Bada boom, set in stone. I think that's set in stone right there. Yeah, the tackles are looking a little scarce. I'm going to make them do it. Landon Dickerson, 55. Now, if you're the Seahawks, you got two choices. You can pick an offensive lineman so that Russell Wilson stays on your team, or you cannot pick an offensive lineman and squander Russell Wilson's talent until he leaves. Because the Seahawks absolutely despise giving him any sort of offensive line help. I think you go Brady Christensen if you're them. Yeah, I'm going Brady Christensen. The Rams, I'd say you go linebacker, potentially corner, but once again, corner's pretty dang scarce, pretty daggone scarce. I'm going Baron Browning, not even going to think about it, at 57 to the Rams. And finally, the Chiefs are on the clock. What do they do? What do they do? They pulled an entire offensive line somehow out of their ass in the offseason, which is a quality job on their part. Sorry. You could go edge. You could go corner if you're the Chiefs. You could use some more corners. You got some quality corner. Got a couple quality corners in here. Could definitely go corner. Could most definitely go edge. You could also try and replace Sammy Watkins and get an actual number 2 receiver. I feel like they could go Tylan Wallace here. Maybe I'm just trying to give anyone Tylan Wallace because I really like him. Who knows? There are some quality edge players left. I'm going to say they go Joseph Asai here at 58. I'm a little higher on Joseph Asai than I've seen a good amount of people be. I don't know why people hate on Joseph Asai so much. What did I do for the Browns? Gregory Rousseau. That is something I would do. That's classic perp. That's actually classic perp. Could go linebacker, get your Jabril Cox. Maybe even Chaz Surratt if you're feeling really frisky. But I think if I am the Browns, I either go corner or defensive interior here. And since Davion Nixon is still on the board, I picked Davion Nixon at 59 to the Browns. And I feel actually really good about that pick. That's a quality pick. Pat myself on the back right there. Unreal. I went corner with the Saints. I got Asante Samuel Jr. This is probably where they get wide receiver. I don't think they go linebacker here. Wait, did I get Asante Samuel Jr.? Yeah, I did. I remember Zaven Collins was right there. I was like, wait, did I get Zaven Collins? I don't remember nothing. I got no memory anymore. Hate to see it. I think it's a little too early for Jabril. You just got your corner. I think this is where you go wide receiver. You could easily go Diami Brown. It really just depends Rodgers honestly is a quality pick too. It's a little too early for him probably, but ooh, this might be where Dwayne Eskridge goes. This could be where Dwayne Eskridge goes. I could see him going to them so easily. This could be a toughie. I think you need to go a slot wide receiver. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be your best bet right now. Even though Amari Rodgers is much more of a slot wide receiver. So I say if you go slot wide receiver here, you stretch a little bit and get Amari, or you have faith that Amon can do both, which he proved in college that he can do both. So I'm going to pick Amon right here. I think it's a little bit of a stretch to go Amari Rodgers right now, so I'm going to pick Amon. He's more of a hybrid wide receiver. I think he can do both. I picked Travis Etienne like a maniac for the Bills in the first. So I think this is where you get your edge player. If you're the Bills, lucky for them, there are a couple quality ones still left. I don't think they go Ronnie Perkins. I don't buy the hype on Peyton Turner as of right now. Rashad Weaver's quality. Dio's pretty quality. I think they take the chance and get Quincy Roche. He's been moving up some draft boards here lately. I'm going to have them picking him in the second round. I got Zaven Collins with the Packers. And I think instead of corner, I think they're a little better at corner than people give them credit for. Yeah, I mean, if I were the Packers, I would go Kelvin Joseph or Ifiatu here, or nobody if I'm going corner. But what the Packers fans really want is for them to give up on Marquez Valdez-Scantling and finally give the Packers some sort of wide receiver help. Please, oh please, give them some wide receiver help. And I think if the Packers are going wide receiver, they're either going to go Dwayne Eskridge or they're going to go Tylan Wallace. I don't see them getting Dyami Brown. Oh man, this is a tough choice because I feel like they're going to wait. I feel like they're going to wait a good amount before they get Dwayne Eskridge or someone like that. I think they're going to wait on wide receiver like they always do. I'm going to go ahead and get Kelvin Joseph for him. Chiefies, they went Joseph Asai. We're already almost done with the second round. Well, dang. I was having a quality time too there, but they could go tackle. Kyle Long isn't exactly the greatest tackle in the world, so they could go tackle. But I'm going to say they go Tylan Wallace here at 63. They add yet another offensive weapon. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't think there's anyone left that someone is super, super high on, unless they want to trade up and get them, other than maybe, actually, Javonte Williams. Potentially Javonte Williams. Who would need Javonte Williams? Carolina, 100%. But they won't do it. Who needs a bruiser? The Jets, potentially. The Jets potentially could use a bruiser. Ain't gonna front about it. Ain't gonna front about it. Hey, hey. But they have the 66th pick anyway. And Jacksonville's not going to take him. So they could take him at 66 either way. So who would move up? Potentially, of course. It's all speculation. Miami could potentially move up from 81. They got the picks to do it. They got a lot of picks. Nah, I'm not going to make them move up. That's just wild. That's just childish behavior on my part. Do they go and get JPP's replacement? Do they go safety? There are some quality safeties left, honestly. I don't agree with that ranking whatsoever. They could go Richie Grant here. They could go Andre Sisco here. They could go Adarius Washington. If I were them, I would go Adarius Washington at safety. I think Adarius Washington is the best safety left. But I could see them going running back, honestly. I really could. But they wouldn't go Javonte Williams, I wouldn't think, unless they don't plan on re-signing Leonard Fournette, which, actually, no. No, they're not going running back. There's going to be some quality running backs in the third. I'm probably very, very wrong on these running backs. Javonte Williams will probably be taken in the second at some point. I just don't know who would take him. Carolina. No pressure. Alright, I'm going to have them taking JPP's replacement of the future. I take Dio at 64. And that is the final pick of the first 2 rounds of the draft. Part of me wants to do a round 3. If anyone leaves in the comments to do a round 3 before the actual draft starts, then I will do a round 3. It is very tempting. But round 3 hurts my brain because it's essentially just a lot of random picks. Look at these grades so far. Jason Away is a C. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're not liking these picks. Uh-oh. You hate to see it. Jamin Davis is a C+ for Dallas. That's pretty wild. But anyway, let me know what you think. I was having a great time doing the mock drafts. I don't know how long this video was. Hopefully it's not too long. But let me know what you think. Let me know what I got wrong, what I got right, what you would do differently. If I know nothing about football in general, comment away. Feel free to type whatever you want. Just don't make it horrible. And yeah, I'm going to try and do football content as well as Pokemon content on this channel fairly regularly, especially during the football season for the football content, obviously. So if this is something that you would like to see more of, please let me know. I consider myself fairly knowledgeable about football, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So that's about it for me. Peace.